So I ask myself every day if certain people are for real when you hear what they have to say. I want you to watch this short video clip that's pretty shocking from a well-known celebrity who's worth over $60 million that perfectly illustrates this.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here, okay? So I'm a working person.
Working person? This is the most out-of-touch thing I've ever heard a celebrity say. We got to run some numbers and put this into perspective. The median household income in America is $80,000. And after taxes, it's about $66,000. And this is before 401k contributions and health insurance. You have been famous for 40 years and have a net worth of $60 million. And on top of that, you make $8 million a year. And even though you're paying an insane amount of taxes, you're still taking home $3.8 million a year. That is $73,000 a week take-home pay. You, Whoopi Goldberg, by yourself, make more money per week than the average American family makes a year. And you're going to sit here and say that you relate to the struggle of the American people? Do you realize that people have not recovered financially since the pandemic?
So that pretty much sums up how out of touch some people really are. And if that's not bad enough, take a look at what Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell recently said at his press conference.
Inflation has come way down. The economy is still strong here. Wages are moving up, but at a sustainable level. So it's just, I think what needs to happen is happening, and for the most part has happened.
So the reason why I'm showing you guys these video clips is because it's truly insulting to average people to hear such nonsense from privileged people when millions of people right now are struggling to pay for just basic necessities. And if you're thinking about buying a high-ticket item like a home right now, you might want to put that on pause with what I'm about to show you. What's going on, my YouTube friends? This is Jerry Abbott, your #1 real estate resource here in beautiful Las Vegas. Hey guys, a couple of real quick things before we dive into the video. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn the cold hard facts about the U.S. economy, the U.S. real estate market, and specifically the Las Vegas real estate market, then make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Number 2, if you happen to like the content in today's video, make sure to press that thumbs up like button, guys. That would really help the channel out. And number 3, if you are thinking about relocating to beautiful Las Vegas, whether it's next month or next year, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When that time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. Let's dive into the video. So I want to dive right into the overall real estate market and show you guys just how challenging it is right now for average people to buy a home. Check this out.
We know that buying this market is not easy at all, but now for the first time, we have a home buyer index that quantifies that. So check this out. Again, this is going to factor in the obvious factors when it comes to buying a house, the mortgage rate, how much it's going to cost you to borrow. 7% now compared to 6.4% in 2023. It was around 2 to 3% in 2020. But during that time, the median price of a home also went up from $408,000 to $433,000. But there are other factors, as people know, when it comes to buying a home. What does your income look like? What's your employment status? What is the competitiveness in buying in your area? Well, the NBC News Home Buyer Index tries to quantify this into one metric. It ranks it on a scale of 0 to 100, the 100 being the most difficult. And as of April, the last read, it's at 82.4. That is near all-time high, guys.
Now, I want to drill down more specifically into my neck of the woods here in the Las Vegas real estate market, just to show you guys how challenging it is for the average person to buy a home. Take a look at this recent article headline that just came out. You need about a $143,000 income just to afford the average home price here in Clark County, which is in Las Vegas. This is a huge problem when the average median household income is about $80,000. And what's happening now, especially here in Las Vegas, there's less buyers qualifying. We're seeing inventory spike up over 60% in just the last 6 months. And now we're starting to finally see price reductions. And I want to just show you a few examples of that coming up. All right, so now I'm on the popular real estate platform Zillow that most of you are familiar with. And I usually go on this website near the back half of each of my videos to show you guys one of two things. Either homes here in the Las Vegas real estate market that have been massively reduced in price, or homes that have closed far below the original list price from the sellers. So I want to just show you a couple of examples of the many that I find every single week on public real estate platforms like Zillow. So let's start in the luxury category first and then work down closer to the average price point, just to show you what's going on here in the Las Vegas real estate market. You can see over on the left side of the screen, this Las Vegas luxury home is currently listed for $2.1 million, but just above that, in the small red text, you can see price cut $100,000 that happened near the end of September. This is a 4-bedroom, 5-bath, 4,400 square foot home, but I want to show you the full price reduction that happened since this home has been on the market. All right, so focus your attention down at the bottom of the screen in the blue highlight. Down in the bottom left there, the date says 4/16/2022. So we're going back over 2.5 years ago when this home was originally listed for sale for essentially $3 million. It's gone through a tremendous amount of price reductions, and they've tried even renting it. And I'm just going to scroll up here. You can see all of these price reductions. And as I scroll up here to the top, you can see right at the very top, they've gotten now listed for rent for $12,000 a month. They can't even rent it for that kind of ridiculous price, but just underneath it, that's the current price as well if you're thinking about buying it. $2,100,000. Now, if we take a look here in the upper left side where it says estimated market value, you can see in the yellow highlight that Zillow's estimate is $2,035,000, which means Zillow thinks that this home is still about $65,000 overpriced. Now, here's the thing. The seller's already taken almost $1 million off this home. They still haven't found a buyer because, again, I know a lot of people obviously can't afford a luxury home that costs $2 million, but the reason why I want to show you guys this example is it's not just happening in the luxury category, but also in the average price point category as well, as you're about to see, that so many sellers continue to overprice their homes, and now they're sitting on the market and they're not selling. Whether it's a luxury home or an average price point home, this is why I keep saying to you guys, being patient and not bidding on the original list price is the best option because you're likely going to get a better deal if you negotiate with the seller. All right, so let's take a look at this second example of another Las Vegas home for sale. Now, this home actually is not for sale anymore. They closed this home near the end of September. You can see right at the top in the middle there in that yellow highlight, this home closed for $655,000. And the reason why I wanted to show you a closed sale is because I wanted to show you the difference between the closing price and the original list price from the seller. So let's take a look down here in the bottom right. You can see in this blue highlight down there, the date says 7/9/2022. So again, almost 2.5 years ago, this home was originally listed for sale for $775,000, and they went through a bunch of price reductions until it finally sold for $655,000. So that's a $120,000 price reduction from the original selling price compared to the final closing sale price. And again, the reason why I keep mentioning this is that if homes are priced right, it doesn't matter if it's here in the Las Vegas real estate market or anywhere in the country, there is still demand from buyers that are willing to buy homes, but if homes are not priced right, they're going to sit on the market, and usually they're going to go through significant price reductions until they finally sell. All right, so now let's take a look at this third and final example of another Las Vegas home for sale. Now we're coming down well below the median price point, which here in the Las Vegas real estate market is about $475,000. You can see on the left side of the screen, this home is currently listed at $375,000. That's $100,000 below the median price point. And just above that in the small red text, you can see where it says price cut $25,000 that happened right at the beginning of November. Now, here's the thing. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square foot home, but I want to show you the full price reduction history down below to show you again, even on a home like this that is not considered an expensive home, how much it's already been reduced. All right, so once again, focus your attention down here in the bottom left side of this blue highlight. You can see the date there says 9/6/2024. So this is just a couple of months ago. This home was originally listed for sale for $425,000. It's gone through a few price reductions, and then you can see right up here at the top in the yellow highlight, that current price point is $375,000. So that's a $50,000 price reduction on a home that's not even considered expensive at all here in the Las Vegas real estate market. And here's the thing, all these people out there love to talk about how these lower price homes are selling very quickly. There's always demand at these lower price points, and that's usually true. But again, when homes are not priced right, even at these price points, they are going to be reduced in price until they finally sell at something that's more realistic and closer to true value. And these are just a few examples that are happening more and more across the Las Vegas Valley as inventory rises, and I'm sure it's happening across the entire country as well. That's why I keep telling you guys to be patient, because I think this is going to be a growing trend where we see inventory continuing to rise and more price reductions are going to happen across the board as we get well into 2025. So before we end today's video, I just want to give a shout out to my favorite comment from last week's video, and that goes to Trigun. Now I'm going to put his comments up here on screen, which I found to be very interesting, and then I'm going to come back on the other side and comment on it. So Trigun wrote, was fortunate to settle on a new home at the beautiful master plan community of Sky Hills. Got a 3,800 square foot brand new home for $720,000, 5% down and below 5% rate. Originally listed at $860,000, was able to negotiate big time. Super happy. So that comment right there is a perfect example of exactly what I keep talking about regarding patience being the prudent play, especially when it comes to new home construction, because a lot of builders are not only offering incentives, they're offering price reductions now. If this person bought this home a little while ago, he would have been paying $860,000 for it, and instead he got a $140,000 price reduction down to $720,000 plus other incentives. I want to hear from you guys, depending on where you live in the country, especially when it comes to new home construction or even a resale home. I want you to drop me a comment down below. I read and respond to all of my comments. I want to know in your neck of the woods, in your particular real estate market, if you're now starting to see price reductions, and give me an example if you can. And my favorite comment from this week's video, I'm going to give a direct on-screen shout out to in next week's video. So just to close out this video, I just want to leave you guys with one final comment, and that is this. Everything in this world is cyclical. It doesn't matter if it's the stock market, the housing market, gas prices. Everything has an ebb and flow to it. Prices go up, prices go down. Everything is changing all around us. Now, when it pertains to the real estate market, the one thing we haven't seen is any real change, because ever since the pandemic ended, we've been in a massive upcycle. Now, I think that down cycle is coming, and I think it's going to come mostly in 2025. Now, here's the thing. I know everybody's circumstances are different when it comes to buying a home. Some people want to be patient and wait for more of a downtrend. That's the first option, in my opinion, if you don't have to buy right now. The second option is if you are thinking about buying, especially now coming into the winter time, which is the slowest time of year for real estate sales, I would definitely put in a lowball offer regardless of where you live. It doesn't matter if it's in Las Vegas or anywhere in the country. Don't just bid blindly on the original list price, because there's a lot of motivated sellers out there right now that have been sitting on their properties for a while. Now, if you are thinking about buying a home, especially here in the Las Vegas real estate market, I've got your back. I'm a local real estate agent here. I've lived here for 20 years. I know every inch of this city. When that time is right for you, definitely reach out to me. Just call, text, or email me anytime, and I'll help you find that perfect dream home. I'll see you guys in the next video.